ready to get started? Okay, we will call the meeting to order. Everybody ready? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
It's like dead center. I think we should.
All right, this is, it's up to you now.
Trustee Beeman?
Here.
Trustee Myers?
Yep.
Treasurer Jarvis?
Here.
Clerk Delamata, present, and Supervisor Latrell,
Here.
all present.
Okay, does that go back to me now?
Yep.
All right, first, motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
We'll need to,
I'll make that
we gotta
motion
amend
with
it.
an
Add
amendment.
the way.
Yeah.
Add to it.
So do you want your motion to be to amend the agenda to add Eric Van Dot?
Yes.
And I'll support.
All in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, now to approve the minutes of the June 10th board meeting, June 24th special board meeting. Can I go right in the next one, or do we make a motion on that first one?
I make a
If
motion.
you want to just approve the June meetings and then approve the July meeting minutes, I think that would be fine.
I'll make the motion.
On the June meetings?
Yeah.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Aye.
Aye.
Now the motion to approve all the July meetings and special meetings.
I'll make that motion.
I support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Treasurer's report.
Our July 1st, 2025 beginning general fund balance was $1,158,121.67. Our revenues totaled $39,872.71. Expenditures totaled, $139,248.89, leaving an ending balance of $1,058,745.49.
Placed on file as presented.
Yes, ma'am.
For disbursements, we did have fire contracts, but I believe that I paid them on the 2nd of August, so I don't think that they're actually on. You don't remember seeing them on the report yet.
No, I think
Okay,
you're right. I
so
think it was like
they're-
August 1st or 2nd. that
So they're
those went
coming
out,
out
so.
next, they'll be on next month's report, so it'll look like it's spent a little bit more than we typically do.
Right.
But aside from that, everything's been normal.
I'll make a motion that we pay all our regular bills for the month of August.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we're on to new business. Melissa, I lied to you.
Public comments.
Didn't I do that?
Nope.
Oh, crap. All right, public comments.
Agenda items only, Chuck.
We have one right there. Agenda
Try to
item.
stick to that. I know.
Did you go
Right,
to the
right.
podium, please?
It's called a lectern, actually.
That's my bad.
Technically speaking. Okay, so first I would like to commend you all for having the documents at the back of the room, because I needed to catch up. And I wouldn't have had the agenda or the previous former minutes and so on, and so that's really nice to see a little transparency. Not every township does that. Speaking of which, I had to look for that here because earlier today I was looking online. It used to be posted online, the draft minutes and the agendas, and they weren't there. And I did get to see the video from last month, so that was helpful, thank you. But in the future, if you could put those back online, that would be really helpful. Second, on this agenda item of the ordinance 2025-07, I don't know how it's, how you are presenting it to be amended.
That actually has been removed, it's not on
That
the
item
agenda.
shouldn't be on the agenda.
Oh, well,
That's not the
I picked it
agenda
up from the
that we
back of the room. I'm sorry
Yeah.
if I confuse, it's in the memo packet,
Oh.
so it's not on the agenda for today?
Yeah, because
Okay.
we honestly, we chose to remove it for now. We need further discussion on it.
Okay, good. Maybe I'll comment on it, public comment or speak to you.
Yeah.
I guess that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Any other public comment on the agenda? Public comment? I guess that's the third one. Okay, so now we move on to new business. And we're gonna have Eric go ahead of you, if you don't mind. So, Eric, take it
I'll
away.
keep it short and sweet. I'm Eric Van Dopp, your auditor from Berkeley DeLong. We've completed your audit for the year ended March 31, 2025. I think you've got the books there and should have got the PDF and all that stuff earlier. I'm just here to present a brief overview. Most of what I'll talk about I'll put up on the screen, but I'm here for your benefit. So don't be shy about jumping in and asking a question, or if you even need to have a side discussion on something I bring up, that's fine as well. Like I said, I'm here for your benefit. So having said that, we'll start with the book. On page 1 and 2 is the opinion letter, but the most important thing on the opinion letter is the opinion paragraph, which is the second paragraph right at the top under the opinion section, where we express our opinion. This is what makes what would otherwise just be a set of financial statements an audit. And we state in our opinion the financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects. The various financial statements for the year then ended in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States of America. It's a really long sentence. It really hasn't changed much the last few years. The wording hasn't changed, but it means what it says. We think your financial statements are fairly presented in all material respects in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. That's what we call a unmodified opinion, sometimes called a clean opinion. It is the highest we can give and is the opinion you have traditionally received. So, but that's the boring part. Numbers are more interesting even to us auditors, so we'll move on and look at some numbers, although I would mention immediately behind the opinion letter is a management discussion and analysis, which is kind of a nice overview of the financial statements from the township's perspective, sort of the Cliff Notes version. So if anybody's interested in kind of just getting an overview without slogging through the whole thing, management discussion and analysis is the place to go. But let's talk about numbers. The general fund is broken out in the most detail in the back on page 30. I have it somewhat summarized here. It doesn't have it all broken up out by department, but kind of grouped up a little bit more to fit it all on one screen. But if you're looking at 30 in the third column, you'll see the same numbers just in more detail. Page 30 also has some budgetary information as well. But I put 2025 up here, and I put the prior year for comparative purposes, so we can talk about how this year compared to last year. You can see total revenues, first subtotal left side there, $1,082,434, up about $88,000 from last year. So a few things to note. You can see property taxes are up about $19,000. Those have been going up the last few years as taxable values increased. So that's nice to see. And then the other thing, which is the main reason for the increase, is the federal intergovernmental revenues there of $194,000. That's up about $95,000, and that's the remainder of your ARPA funds being spent. So again, the prior year they started, and this year they ended. So really, it's nice that you were able to get that money and spend it, but of course it was one-time money, so you won't be getting it again in the future. So that will come down next year. But that's the main bulk of the change, is that one-time federal money, the American Rescue Plan Act funds that you guys spend on the parks and stuff like that. On the expenditure side, total expenditures of $1,047,463 there at the bottom. That is an increase of about $38,000 from last year. I guess the things I would note is capital outlay on the bottom line there is up a little bit from last year and continues to be higher than normal. And again, that reflects all the work that you guys have been doing out back here with the improvements to the playgrounds and the pickleball courts, and the pavilion was a couple years back. But all the stuff that's been done out there has been showing up there in the bottom couple lines. And again, that's been funded in part at least by that federal revenue. So it's nice to be able to point at something and say that's what we did with the money. But that's the bulk of the change there is reflected in the capital outlay. So anyway, that leaves you with an increase in excess of revenues over expenditures of $34,971. There was a few bucks from some sale of capital assets. Overall, you've got an increase of $35,756 and ending fund balance of $1,229,442. So despite all the work you guys did and improvements, you were still able to put a few bucks in the bank. Last year was a slight decrease, so over the course of the last 2 years, it nets out to an increase of about $20,000 or $10,000 a year. So good news there. Any questions on the general fund? All right. And this is just for the sake of completeness. You also have that really small road improvement fund that you have used to fund some small special assessments in the past. There haven't been any new projects in this fund the last couple of years. You're just collecting on the old assessments. So you see the money coming back in on the top, and that's really just collections of assessments as people pay their assessments annually. But this fund, I think, when everybody's all paid up, there's around $100,000 in it. So you've got some seed money for future projects. If you end up doing another special assessment, you can basically pay for the project out of this fund and then get reimbursed for the assessments as they're collected. So just a little bit of a revolving road fund here. That's it for the numbers, because you just have, those are your two main funds. Of course, you've got your tax collection fund and stuff like that as well, but that's just, you collect the money and you pay it out, so there's really not much left in there at the end of the year. Any other questions on the financial statements themselves? Otherwise, I've got a couple of letters to talk about, but otherwise, are we good to go? Okay, you guys should have a couple of letters as well that were in the box too. And hopefully that was clear that there were two letters in there, not just one. But there's a, we have, they both, okay, let's make sure everybody's got two copies.
Unless if they were stapled together, but
Okay.
I figured they were extras. Let me go and double check. Okay.
Yep, you've got multiple copies of the one letter, and you've got the other letter. So I suspect some people got one, some people got the other one, and there's extras in the box probably. Yep, so you guys both have a copy of each now.
I
Okay.
got one.
You've got two of those.
Sorry, apparently
Yeah,
I didn't
one
look
of
at
these.
them that close.
Okay, so he's got one of each now. You've got one of each now. You've got one of each, and then this is, I think, your extra copy for your files
Okay,
then.
perfect.
So, cool.
Thank you.
You know, I'm gonna break something tonight. Jeepers. Okay. So the first letter we'll say is that we've audited the financial statements letter. This is those of you that have been around a while know about this one. We're just required to put certain things in writing. The technical term for this letter is the auditor's letter to those charged with governance. And it's not whatever we feel like putting in here. They're very specific items that go in there. So, you know, under audit matters, there are qualitative aspects of accounting practices, talks about any significant new accounting policies. There were not any this year. Goes into accounting estimates, the fact that we looked at them and believe they're reasonable. Any difficulties encountered in performing the audit, we would note there were not any. Any significant corrections, and there's some journal entries attached to the back just showing some of the more significant entries. I think Heather's got those all taken care of now, though. Any disagreements with management? You know, I know Heather wants to throw down and argue about, you know, government accounting standards. Just kidding. So we didn't have any disagreements this year. At the end of the audit, management signs a letter asserting that they fully disclosed everything to us, which they did, and just a few other odds and ends. So really, this is a pretty vanilla, generic letter. There's not much in here out of the ordinary. I just like to point out what it is and why you have it, and you guys can probably set it aside, not worry about that one too much. The other letter you've got is our recommendation letter. As a reminder, we are auditing your financial statements. We are not auditing your internal controls. However, in the course of planning and performing an audit, if we come across items that we think are noteworthy or, you know, recommendations, we bring them to your attention in the form of this letter. However, these are just things we came across. It wasn't the intent of the audit, it's just kind of a side benefit. There very well could be other items that we did not note because we weren't looking for them. So I always remind people it's your responsibility as the board to have good policies, procedures, and controls in place throughout the year. And we just have a couple of comments here. Nothing I'm too worried about. The first one's just continuing to improve year-end financial statement closing procedures to reduce the amount of audit adjustments. The fewer adjustments we make, that means the more up-to-date, accurate your records are before the audit happens. And the second one is one that most smaller entities get. It's just the control surrounding the preparation of the financial statements themselves. We draft, the book as part of the audit, but really, this is your stuff. The only thing in here that's ours is the opinion letters, your numbers, your footnotes, your disclosures. And the standards say you should have somebody with those skills, knowledge, and experience in drafting and reviewing financial statements to be able to take responsibility for them, but most smaller entities don't have a spare finance director, CPA type person around. So we have to give that recommendation, even though I admit it's kind of silly because I wouldn't expect you to have that sort of person around. So I definitely want to emphasize, we went through this with you guys. I'm going through it now. You guys certainly pay attention and look it over with me, but lacking that knowledge of what goes in the footnotes, you don't have that. So we give the comment, you guys go, yeah, we understand, we agree with the comment, we choose not to act on it, and I nod and go, yeah, I wouldn't act on it either. So anyway, the important thing is that you are aware of what's in here and are looking it over and keeping on top of it, and I certainly have seen that in the process of doing the audit. So that's pretty much it for me. So any other final questions before I depart? Otherwise, I certainly would like to thank the board for having us out to do the audit. It's always a pleasure to come up to Cedar Creek Township. I associate different audits with different times of year when I come out, and you guys are associated with spring, so that's better than being associated with 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Right.
So it's always nice to come out here and take a walk around the path out there and all that at lunch, so I appreciate that. And certainly thanks to the Heather and Chuck for being out here and letting us pester them and drive nuts for a couple days, and we got through it, and you guys got through it, and I think you're all set, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. So thank you all.
Thank you.
And thanks
Thank
for
you.
fitting me
You always
in.
make it very pleasant, so.
Yes.
Well, I'll
It's
try
very
harder to be
appreciated.
meaner next time. So, okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Okay. Next, we're gonna have Melissa. Did you wanna go, Lorraine? Are you okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Melissa Eikenberry, 6265 9th Street, Twin Lake, over on Clear Lake. So I am having 2 events coming up. One is August 23rd here at Cedar Creek, called Moth and Movie Night, and then the other one is in Saugatuck at Felt Mansion, another Moth and Movie Night. This one's the Cedar Creek edition, the other one is called Felt Mansion edition. The movies will be the same. It's A Bug's Life and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's A Bug's Life, because that's a fun classic, not to mention the fact that I actually have a real life Heimlich caterpillar that I would be able to, give the kids that experience while they're, adults and kids. Let's not leave the adults out, because I like it more than the kids, I think. But anyway, so that will be part, and then the moth part of it is that there are white sheets with lights shining on them, and this is at night in the evening, and there'll be like one over here in the wood, one over here in the woods, there we go, and another one like over here, so that people will be able to come, because at night different moths throughout the season emerge from their cocoons, and then you can find them on these sheets, so people will get a chance to see like the really big ones and the little ones, you don't know. So it's an opportunity to experience the nighttime flying, and I intend to try to make it fun, as well as I included something along the lines of, and I can email Chuck, so he can email you, or actually it's on, anyway, about the Enchanted Forest, because I have a cute little story about how the forest floor sparkles at night, as long as you have a headlamp. But anyway, but to my, so that's what I'm doing, and Chuck had said that he would support the event. He would say a couple things. I would love it if you guys could also, come and be a part of it and learn about what it is that I'm trying to do, because it's not just about moths, butterflies, caterpillars, and plants. And if you'll indulge me for just a minute and my voice will stop shaking as fast as my heart is beating, that would be great. So I'm just going to read this to you and tell you a little story first. You guys ever deal with fleas? Have you ever had a flea infestation, your animals? Like, have you guys, like, it is horrible. Like, okay, lice? Anybody have to deal with lice? Oh, that is so horrible. All right.
Kids.
Uh-huh.
You ever had kids?
Oh my gosh. 4, yeah. So you notice your animal has fleas and not just a few. You're wondering how you didn't notice because there's so many fleas. All the wash, the scrubbing, the spraying, bathing. It's a mess you just don't want to deal with. You're just at the tail end of it, of dealing with this flea infestation, which lasts almost a month, and then the kids come home with lice, and you're still finding fleas swimming in your cereal. Have you dealt with lice before? Oh my goodness. Have you dealt with lice with curly hair before? Just for good measure, and because this actually did happen to us, let's throw in the crunching sound of extremely well-fed colonies, plural, of carpenter ants eating your house while you're reading a book in the quiet of your den. Or, like when there were so many gypsy moths, you could hear them chewing and the droppings hitting the ground sounded like rain. You couldn't walk outside without poop and caterpillars dropping everywhere in your hair, etc. Food, if you were going to eat outside, which you couldn't. We've now experienced this. We personally have experienced this in 2 different cities, one in Robinson before moving here, and then immediately moving here, so that was a good time. Chances are we brought them here, actually. I'm fairly certain of it. I'm sorry. Probably came on our firewood or our car or the boat or the kids' toys or life jackets that we had sitting outside during the infestation that we didn't really understand what was happening at the time. Think about this for a minute. Here we go. Who knows? But it was chances are we brought them here. Who knows? But it was long before we knew what was going on, and by the time we did, it was too late to do anything about it except to watch it happen or diligently seek out the egg masses to avoid another infestation. So think about this for a minute. A caterpillar made you get up and go outside and seek it out. It defoliated your forest. I remember the first time that happened, and I remember thinking, is Jonah anywhere here? Because isn't that what happened to him? He sat under the tree, didn't want to go talk to Nineveh, so a worm came and defoliated the tree and said, like, fine, I'll get up and do it. I keep thinking about that because Felt Mansion is such a cool area, and they are infested with the tree of heaven. The tree of heaven and spotted knapweed, not the Japanese knapweed, the spotted knapweed, the really bad stuff. And while I was there, or in this time, I have known for a couple years actually about the spotted lanternfly. Do you know what that is? The spotted lanternfly puts gypsy moths, spongy moths to shame. Tree of Heaven is their main host plant, but they feed on about 70 to 80 more, which means everything almost. So you double that with your gypsy moths and you have a mess, right? Like you have more than a Jonah mess. You have like, if you could do something to prevent it. If there was something that you could do to decrease the odds of it coming here or lessen them, would you do it? You're gonna have to either get up and go look for the masses, and you're gonna have to either get up and learn about their life cycle and figure out how to deal with it when it happens, or learn about it now and be proactive. And I feel like we are in a position where as a community, we can use these two events to bring awareness to other communities, other leaders, to get involved and learn how the vegetation in our land, if it is not healthy with native plants and if it is inundated with invasive plants, we seriously are gonna have more problems than what we realize, and we can't wait for grants. We actually have 3 to 5 years. You can chat GPT this, okay, but it says 3 to 5 years until we have the infestation of the lanternfly here, and the gypsy moths will be back by then. So it's important for us to learn like what the plants are growing in our yards so that we can remove them. Big lands, like what I'm trying to get at is there needs to be more education on the leadership levels of the plants that we're in, the things that we're doing that affect us. And I'm hoping that through experience and understanding it, through things like the Moth Night, which brings the experience and the encounter, and with you guys learning and getting some more understanding of how these things all work together and how we can be proactive, like we have a shot at people caring. I went to in Muskegon Community College's environmental science classes presentation to the Muskegon County Commissioners on Thursday, and one of the ladies asked, "How do you get people's attention?" And I just kind of laughed, thinking, "Yes, it's the question, isn't it?" And I hear all the time, people don't care. People don't know to care until somebody tells them, shows them, or it affects them. It's gonna happen. Something is gonna happen where we're either gonna have to get out and figure out what plants and what's going on with the plants because of the lanternfly. We're gonna have to go seek out every lanternfly, all the egg masses or whatever, or we can do something now. And we have this unique opportunity with Felt Mansion and with us where we can start doing things like propagating trees to replace the tree of heaven, because we're gonna have to start, taking it down. But anyway, the Moth and Movie Night is the start of that. Yes, the Moth and Movie Night is the start of that, and I'm putting together a I don't want to say program, because anyway, I'm putting things together for people to be able to come and learn more about these kind of things where it's actionable, and it's not just a program where you're listening to somebody talk, you're actually doing it, like community doing it. And the roads, speaking of him and the assessment of the roads, Clear Lake roads and plants and all that, like there are things that we can do with, like that can be a teaching area as well with, anyway, that's a whole nother tomorrow thing. But does anybody have any questions about all of that? I know there's a whole lot of information in there, but I just wanted to let you know that it's bigger, that my agenda is bigger than just caterpillars and moths. One way or the other, a caterpillar, a moth, or an egg mass is going to make us have to get up and go do something. So we get to choose right now how we do it and when we do it. So that's it.
1 second, Melissa.
Oh yes, sorry.
You didn't kind of say when you wanted to start. On the 23rd,
What time?
Oh, I'm sorry, 5.
5.
Yes,
okay.
5. Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Nope, you're fine.
I do have a Facebook event, and I do have things right now. I can email you. You can email it to the email that you will get will give you more information than what is going out to the public. because it's a more in-depth of what's happening at Felt Mansion, which is, they actually, we all actually have a really cool story, which I would like to share sometime, because it's, anyway.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we are gonna flip over to request to change, the planning commission request to change their meeting. Future and all future meetings from 5:30 to 6. Do you wanna take over from there, Lorraine?
Sure. The planning commission thought it would be better if we could start sooner to when the hall closes at 4:30. And they talked
Who?
about,
5:30?
the hall closes at 4:30.
Oh,
So we talked about starting the meetings at 5. And that was the original request, but our chairperson just took a new job and she can't get here before 5:30. So the request is to start the meetings 30 minutes earlier than we have been.
I'll make that motion.
I support.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay, the motion to approve ordinance 25-06 of the future land use map.
This ordinance, the future land use map is behind Heather Jarvis. It's what we look at when somebody applies for a zone change. And when we were updating our master plan and talking about the future land use map, we wanted to keep every parcel that was zoned agricultural and being farmed, that zoning. When we did that, I basically had a blank map and had to try to find all those parcels. I missed 6 of them. I think there's 6 on this ordinance. And that came to my attention, and a couple of them are pretty big. And at least part of them are being leased out to farm. And the future land use map shows them in the future being large lot residential, but we want them to be agricultural, so that's what this ordinance is to change those 6 parcels on the future land use map. Planning Commission reviewed it at a couple meetings and recommends approval.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
All in favor? I'm sorry.
Aye.
Okay. Next is the motion to approve the necessary code books for the inspectors. That's all of them, right? That's plumbing,
Right.
electrical,
Yep.
mechanical.
I don't know how often they update those, to be honest, but they've been updated, and we're supposed to have an updated copy in the office if we don't. And actually, we use them sometimes in here, so.
Yeah, when I was talking to Jeff, he
this-
said we're supposed to have one on hand.
Yep, and the list, did I give you a list of those?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Those prices, from what I found online, it's as close as I could gather.
So I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the code books not to exceed $700.
Support.
All in favor?
Ain't that roll call?
Oh yeah, we're spending money. Roll call. Trustee Beeman?
Yes.
Trustee Myers?
Yes.
Treasurer Jarvis?
Yes.
Clerk Delgado, yes. And Supervisor Latrell?
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, now the good one. The discussion of a 1-year renewal contract for the, whatever everybody calls them, pins off, the SRO, the officer up to the Holton Public School. We were in a setting with the public schools, ourselves, Blue Lake, and Holton Township. Agreed to hire this officer, and we all split the cost. Well, Holton really hasn't gotten on board with that. And the grant runs out in, I believe, September, wasn't it? Didn't we figure out September?
Yeah.
So we have the option for a 1-year renewal. After that, then we gotta see about another long-term contract, but Adam Bain, the supervisor at Holton, he went to work a lot, and he actually got Holton Public Schools to kind of pick up, I guess you could say most of Holton Township's share. So they're gonna pay 50%, and Blue Lake and us will pay 25% each of this officer for 1 year. It's just a little bit more than we've been paying, but the grant's gone, so some of that grant money's gone too. We're here to discuss whether we wanna agree to do the 1-year renewal. And I think there's a number, but it's real close. And then try to hope somehow we can get Holton to get back on board to help us all out. I don't want to go out on a limb and say I doubt it's going to happen, but yeah. But I think it's going to be up to us to keep that officer in the school.
I'll make a motion that we renew our agreement with Holton Public Schools for the school resource officer, claims officer, for another year.
I'll support.
Roll call vote for that one. Trustee Myers,
Yes.
Trustee Beamer,
Yes.
Treasurer Jarvis.
Yes.
Clerk Delgado, yes, and Supervisor Latrell.
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, now we've been having a slight
Hold
discussion.
on, let me hold you up just one
Sure.
second. Because this renewal is going to be more than what it's been for us in the past, we need to do a budget amendment. So
Oh,
we had
okay.
budgeted $25,000 a year for police.
That's right.
So our new portion is going to be $37,502.75. So I would like to ask for a budget amendment to move $13,000 from contingency to, police.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll support.
And I also, oh, sorry, let's vote before we.
Roll call
Is that roll call?
for budget amendment?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, whatever, right? Trustee Beeman?
Yes.
Trustee Myers?
Yes.
Treasurer Jarvis?
Yep.
Clerk Delgado, yes. Supervisor Latrell.
Yes.
I just want to say that I have heard a lot of positive feedback regarding having the officer in our area and in our school. So I'm really happy that we're
Yes.
able to do this.
Yes.
And also when the fear came out that it might not happen, a lot of negative input as to what would happen possibly if he's not there, so.
Yeah, he's.
I think, and honestly, I think a lot of the parents, he's been there long enough, they're comfortable, they feel good about their kids going there. I
Mhm.
mean, it's unfortunately, it's money, but it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Money spent on our kids in schools
Yeah,
and
it's,
stuff.
Yeah.
it's
Well
it's well
spent.
spent, yeah.
It's a very good resource.
Yes, yes.
It's needed.
Mhm. Yes.
I believe so, yes.
He's come to our meetings in the past and given
Yes.
us updates on what he's doing and,
And and people need to understand too, that once school's out, he's still our officer.
right, he's in our
For
area.
the summer, he hangs out here, so we ain't gotta wait 30 minutes if we need help out here. He's gonna be probably within 5 minutes,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, I actually got a text from my deputy, after she left work today. There was a tree, down across the road, and she said he was there.
Oh.
Mhm.
So, it helps to have somebody
Sure.
that's close.
What's his name?
Deputy Riley.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. We good on that one?
Yep.
All right, we will move to the next one then. We've been having some discussion about an extra dumpster at the transfer station, only because we are growing a little bit and we're getting more garbage, and what did we do? The 3 last year, was it 2 or 3 times? We had to close early because it was just too full, it couldn't take no more. And I think it once or twice already this year.
Okay.
But it's a catch-22 because to purchase the dumpster, it's for a beat-up 20-yarder, it's $3,000. Now, I guess what I'm saying is it 2 or 3 times a year enough to offset $3,000?
Well, there's nothing worse than a resident showing up and our dump's closed because we don't have capacity.
Is that a used dumpster?
Yes, it's from Uganski. They're the only ones that gave me a price. Huh?
Do and that's to buy it?
That's
own
to
it?
buy it.
Okay.
It just
Do
sit
we
there
own
as
the
an
other one?
overflow. No,
We lease them?
yeah, we pay each month for the use.
Okay, so this one would just be
This
a
one would
one-time,
sit there, if we only
and then-
dumped it once a year, they don't care.
Yeah, okay.
So this, we would own this one.
Yes,
It'd be like overflow kind of a thing.
that's all it's for.
Yeah,
Is that 1 or 2 days we're so full we have to close early, we got someplace to put the extra.
okay, so we're not like obligated like how they
No,
do the
no,
weekly.
he won't dump it till we call
Okay.
But I believe earlier today, you and I were talking about it.
him.
And what happens if that garbage has been
It
sitting in
hasn't been
there?
dumped in 8 months.
Yeah,
that's-
for months. That's not gonna be very pleasant.
I would think
What's the
that
cost of at least one a month?
a lot,
Right.
not even close to worthwhile. Because I asked him that too. I said, is there one that we could just, set and, you only dump it every couple months. He's like, no, you either go to the second dumpster and you pay accordingly, or you just buy this one
And just fill it
and
as you need it.
fill it as needed, but
How many dumpsters do we go through now a month?
one,
Just one?
2,
Two?
3.
Well, there's 2
They dump it
there, but
every week.
They dump it, yeah, every week they come
Yeah,
and
they
pick it
come
up.
and dump it, whether it's full to the top, half, full, whatever, they come every,
So
Monday
they
or
dump 2
Tuesday.
dumpsters every week?
no, just one.
Just one dumpster?
Yeah, we only use one, but they go and pull the empty one, when they pick the one up to go dump it, they move the other one over there. And then when they come back around, they drop the empty one and take the full one.
How often have we had to have the overflow when we did not have it?
See, that's the thing, is I'm trying to think of last year, because I came in there right at the end of last year, and I think he said it was the 2nd or 3rd time for that year. And I think there's been 2 this year.
It has happened more recently, I feel like, then. But I don't
And,
know
and,
if
and
it's
I
like
do,
a,
like I said, I do go back to the fact that we are growing, we're building a lot of houses lately. We got more people, got more garbage. Like I said, I'm in a catch-22 on this. It's like, okay, 2 times a year, we
Let's
get a
start
couple of
recording.
phone calls.
Let's start keeping track of when it shut down and re-entertain this. I don't think we want a dumpster sitting there for 6 months
No,
when
see,
it's
that's-
95
Yeah,
degrees
it's
out.
true.
That was, yeah, could you imagine this summer?
And if it gets to where it's enough, then we're gonna have to re-budget for a secondary one,
Now, can
for a
we,
second one that gets dumped weekly.
Yeah,
can
Yeah.
we make arrangements with Uganski to come out on a Saturday and pull a full one and put another
Mhm.
one in? You
No,
won't do
we're,
that?
we're on a schedule. We're on a, they come and dump same day every week, and
But we can't call them and say, hey,
That'd be last minute, that'd be very
Yeah.
costly to get
Yeah.
a driver and a truck.
on a
and I
Saturday.
think by that time you'd get that recording that says we're open Monday through Friday.
I think we need to record when this happens
Okay,
in the future.
yeah,
If Chuck, you work down if you feel we need it. I
It
mean,
seems like
I'm-
it's
No,
a
I'm
springtime thing.
fine,
That's
yeah.
from
Spring, early summer.
We get
that-
right at the end of the year, you know, everybody's like, oh crap, I got my dump card, I gotta get that
Yeah.
used up, you know? And then it seems like, yeah, as soon as the first snow breaks, you know, everybody's doing the
Spring
big cleanup and then,
We just don't want our residents going there and having it be full all the time.
Right,
Right.
It'd be terrible after
Yeah.
they load up everything and get there.
yeah.
and we have that, had a couple times, guys are like, I got there at 2:30, I had a trailer full.
Yeah.
You guys were closed, and,
That'd be terrible.
I mean, I understand that, but
It's called growing pains.
if you gotta purchase a gas mask to go in there in the middle of August,
Yes, it's gonna be good.
you're not gonna like that either.
Well, not only that, but, you know, you get so many things unhealthy, you know. You get
Well, that's what I say, you got
maggots growing in there and
bacteria, you
everything
got,
else.
you know, you got flies that'll be just a black cloud, I mean.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, Brian. I think we need to monitor it and see how often it's happening.
Document. And
You
take
know, if it's
step back
happening,
and take a look at it.
if it's happening once a month, then yeah, we need it.
Right.
But if it's once every 6 months, that's a lot of money to spend.
And if we notice a pattern, like it only ever happens, could
Spring,
we
yeah.
maybe get to, like for, you
Yeah,
know,
like
Month- say
for the
like
month of May, we
December,
have
would think
two.
so,
Yeah, and then
Okay.
have them set two just for that 1 month.
I
And,
would think they would.
Yeah,
and
If you
yeah, that's not a
forecast
bad idea
Right.
at all either.
yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay, good discussion.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Let's see. Recurring business. Okay, that's gonna be, recurring business, don't forget, the 23rd of August. We got the Arts and Crafts Show out there. Right after that, we got, what is this called?
Moth
Moth
and movie
and,
night.
moth and.
Moth and movie night.
Yes, Moth and
Cedar
movie
Creek
night.
edition.
Which starts at 5, so it'll be, I think the
Couple
Arts and
hours.
Crafts done at 3, so it's not long after. I do believe what Melissa's working on is gonna turn out to be a fabulous, fabulous project when it's done. Let's put it that way. It's gonna take some time. And then, again, guys, Fall Fest, we're coming up on the Fall Fest. We gotta kind of at least keep it there and start, you know, thinking volunteers, games, prizes, hay rides, I mean, whatever we're gonna do, but we can't, it's gonna be like this summer, it's gonna be here before we know it, and it's gonna be gone.
What day did we choose for that? Was that the
That-
4th that we're
The
doing?
4th, I
Fest?
believe, that 4th of October with the 11th is a rain out date.
Okay.
The 4th of October?
Mhm. Okay, so now we will drop down to public comments. 2-minute time limit, please. First one. Public comment? Oh, we got one. All righty.
Good evening, Brett Herman, 11385 Sherman, Ravenna Township. I'm County Commissioner for our district. I love your passion, I do. Kudos to you guys and your fund balance. Awesome, good for you guys. It says a lot about you and your township. Anyway, I'm the County Commissioner. What you got for me? Questions? Something you want me to get back with you on?
Nice seeing you again.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, what, same as your budget, we're almost to the end of the year, everything looks pretty close according to finance, the way it's supposed to be going. Yeah, that's what I'm here. Casnovia beat me up pretty good last night, so I'm ready for you guys. Now, you guys
I
Yes.
have a question. So the county didn't get the funding for the tire drive this year. We've had a lot of residents asking about that. Do you have any idea about next year, if that's likely to
No,
happen?
that was, let me double check with you, or double check and I'll get back. Yeah, that was a last minute Doge cut, the funding, the federal funding, no, I shouldn't say Doge. It was the federal funding didn't make it to the state, that didn't make it to us. And it was at the federal level, they didn't get its way passed down through, so next year, I don't know. I will get back with you though.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
'cause I
you.
don't believe a single Muskegon County got any funding for that this year.
No, our own township, we have a spring cleanup day and no tires this year.
Yep.
Yeah, and on your travels about, if you can speak to people about the importance of this resource officer that we have in Holton schools.
I'm heading to
There are
Holton
some
next-
boards that are not board with it. I feel it's very vital to our community for the safety of our children and also for us when he's not here to assist with that. I will echo what she has said. I hear nothing but great things about that officer. I've talked to him a few times myself, very pleasant, very professional man, so while you're out there and about your travels, if you can probably just speak to people about how much it's appreciated and how much this board supports what he does too.
And to add a little bit to that, I mean, I've talked to a few of them up there. Right now, that board is split 50-50. I mean, they are just one little tiny tip away from approving it, but just can't get that.
I'm gonna sneak out of here like I normally do. I head there next at 7. If it's okay with you, I'll let them know that you passed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Okay.
Yes, and that we just would really love for them to get on board. It's just, I mean, they're the ones that benefit the most.
Right.
I mean, he's right there in their township over half the year.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just don't know why we're struggling so much with them.
Okay, I will do, and I'll pass that on to Holton.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I'll get back
Thanks
with
for
you.
coming.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for being here.
All right. Any other public comments? Public comments. That was 3, right? All right. Board comments.
Zero. Pleasure.
You want to start, Gary?
Well, first I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Kind of a small crowd today. But that's how we can operate better, to have participation from the public. So all you out there, try and make it next time. That's all I've got.
Okay, I really don't have anything.
I don't have anything either. Thank you guys for being here.
As always, thank you for coming. Thank you for your passion. The wife says, we gotta go water some stuff. She's on vacation, so. And when I came to the first time when we planted all the plants and done all that, I mean, it's needed in the community. And I've seen a lot of younger people out there looking at what you've set up and stuff. I've walked out with their wife, so it's showing, and people are getting aware of things. I did like your speech about if we get aware, then we understand more. It's very nice. And always I say this, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see. You know, subcommittees, volunteers on cameras, and people taking care of that and making sure our website's up to date. It takes all of us to make this community, and I'm proud to be part of it. It's growing phenomenal. There's a lot of positive things still growing. You know, the Fall Fest will be great. This Moth and Movie Night sounds super neat. And then we're going to have our arts and crafts fairs. And it takes all of us. So I tell everybody in the community, thank you for the volunteering and showing up when we do have things. So thank you.
Okay, they always leave it last up to me. But again, thank you everybody for coming, everybody watching. Again, Moth and Movie Night, Arts and Crafts, Fall Festival, we really got to keep that in the back of our mind. And in case nobody's paid a lot of attention, we did a big clearing job right out here alongside the building and the road. And again, I can't thank the volunteers that were involved. Tim Howitt, Brian Fowler, Bill Jeffries, myself. I mean, that turned out to be a lot bigger project than we started. But it came in good. We actually even got a little green color coming in out there now. So if you get a chance, drive by and check it out. It was a well-needed improvement. So, but other than that, thanks again, everybody.
Motion adjourned.
And we
Support.
will motion to adjourn. Yes.